So let's talk about step one, how to get your evening started on the right foot. Having a great evening actually starts before the kids go to bed, or if you're an empty nester or you don't have kids, it starts really before you even sit down to eat your dinner. So you need to plan out when you're going to connect with the important people in your life, whether that's your spouse, close friends, family members, kids, what time you need to start cooking dinner or heating it up. No judgment here. We have leftovers several nights a week at our house. What time you need to start settling the kids in for the night. You need to ask yourself, what needs to happen this afternoon or evening? What activities or errands do we need to run? So what are the events and to-dos that I know need to happen this evening? Is there some time during the afternoon and evening when I can be connecting with my family and the other people that are most important to me, whether that's you carve out that time to call a close friend or whatever the case is for you? What time do I need to start prepping dinner? What time do I need to get dinner on the table? And if you've got kiddos, what time, no matter how much my kiddo has dawdled, do we need to call it quits on dinner and start our bedtime routine? Or, like I mentioned, settle those older kids in for homework, reading, quiet activities. So when it comes to bedtime, I am a kind and benevolent drill sergeant. And I really am. It drives me a little bit nuts when Chris is more doing the kids to bed thing. I'm like, hey, it's 7:15. Babe, come on, the kids need to get upstairs. Let's go. And that's because having that plan and that routine has made such a difference for our evenings. And it's made a difference for my kids too, because they're getting the sleep that they need. And that routine helps them to go to sleep more easily. So step two is let's learn how to find the energy to spend your evenings intentionally. So I've got 3 tricks to share with you guys. Trick 1 is to speed clean the kitchen in 15 minutes or less. Now, it'd be great if Mary Poppins could head to each of our houses. Oh my goodness, that'd be a dream, right? But you can make this job more fun, putting on a favorite podcast of yours, putting on some fun music, and truly turn the job of cleaning into a game. And what's so fun about this is, well, 2 things. 1, it feels so great to wake up to a clean kitchen. So you're helping your tomorrow be on the right foot as well. But secondly, that fast movement truly does give you extra energy and focus to finish out your evening strong. Trick 2, fit in a little bit of exercise. So what I love to do, might be a little crazy, and that's okay. I love to do 100 jumping jacks, a few laps up and down the stairs while I carry things to the right floor. And then I'll do about 20 sit-ups and 15 push-ups. That's my limit right now. I'm not super strong. And I've timed myself on this multiple times. I can do all of that in 5 minutes. So it doesn't take that much time at all. I don't change clothes. I don't put on workout stuff. I'm just usually in my PJs when I'm doing this, comfy clothes. And in 5 minutes, I have that burst of energy that I'm looking for to keep my evening going strong. The point is not to be exhausted. It's to just move enough that you've got that burst of adrenaline, that burst of endorphins to accomplish some important work with your evenings. Trick 3 is to tell yourself just 10 minutes. This just 10 minutes trick has changed my life. And I don't say that about too many things. When I'm so spent and all I want to do is just crash in bed, I tell myself just 10 minutes. Just spend 10 minutes working towards your big goal, that thing you really want to accomplish. And then that's it. After you spend 10 minutes, you can crash at that point. You can turn on Netflix and crawl into bed. So what I have found is that the hardest part of basically anything in life that we want to do is just getting started. Once you get to work, more often than not, you'll find that you get into the zone and you work way past that 10-minute mark. Even if you don't get into the zone, even if you don't end up spending an hour or more working on that great big goal, even if all you do is just 10 minutes, that really adds up over time. So step 3, let's talk about how to end every day doing something you love. I find that it's really motivating to work hard in the evenings. For me, I'm generally using that evening time to work on one of my biggest goals. But it's easier to work hard when I know I've got a reward coming. And that reward is a whole lot sweeter when I feel like I've earned it. What's that one thing that you'd like to be able to make time for in the evenings? So it could be that you just feel like you never even have time to watch a show you enjoy, or maybe you really want to take up calligraphy, or you want to knit or sew more. Whatever that is for you, you want to read more books, and books that are just for fun. You can use that time just before bed for anything you've been dying to do but never seem to find the time for. It's much easier to make this happen when you've already had some productive time. You'll feel great about doing something that's just for you. It's that reward that you've really earned for yourself. I know that planning can sound like it's for uptight, boring people. But what I found is that planning things out gives my life and my family's life so much more joy and freedom to make sure we do the things we really want to do. So plan out your reward for your hard work and tell yourself what time you're going to put your work down to enjoy that thing that you love. And I think this is also helpful so that you don't get into the habit of just continuing to work until midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. because I have been there too. It's important for me to have a stopping time where I can start to turn my brain off and go to sleep. Let's talk about step 4, how to plan a productive tomorrow in just 15 minutes. Okay, so step 1 of this process is I go back to my planner and check off all the things I accomplished for the day. It feels so good to celebrate your little wins. So I would encourage you, even if you're not a paper planner person, and that's totally okay, get yourself a piece of paper, a sticky note, something, and think back through your day. Think about all the things that you got done. Step 2, I analyze any to-dos that are left. So then I ask myself, which ones need to be moved to tomorrow or later in the week, potentially if tomorrow's already filled up? And are there any that I can forget about altogether? This can be life-changing right here. Just realizing that there are certain to-dos that maybe they aren't as important. Maybe we don't actually need to spend the time on them. And I also want you to be okay with the fact that at the end of your day, there are going to be to-dos that you didn't get to. Step 3, figure out your top priority for the next day. So what's the one thing above all else that you really want to get done? And then you want to make sure you mark off time to work on this particular priority. Now for me, that happens in my evening. I tried for years and years to follow what those morning people and type A productivity gurus love to tell you, which is you've got to wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. You need to spend the first hours of your day working on your top goal. And that sounds great in theory. But when you're not a morning person, that can be really, really hard. And I have found that my brain just does not turn on until after 8 a.m. So I finally stopped beating myself up about that. And instead, I just carve out that time in the evening. So I already know before my day starts that, okay, from 8 to 9, that's when I'm going to work on my great big goal. So in my opinion, it does not matter what time of day. It's your choice, it's your life. Work to your strengths, work to your schedule, but just do make sure that you mark off that time to work on your big priority. Step 4, carve out time for family, friends, and all the important people in your life. Step 5, I carve out time for me. So carve out time for you, whether that's, again, that could be that reward you give yourself at the end of the night, reading that book that you want to read just for fun, exercising and doing it for you, devotional time. So find that time in your day that's just for you. And then step 6, and this is where I kind of turn planning on its head, is I like to fill in my other to-dos around those key life elements. So I have found that you will work harder, smarter, and be more productive when the rest of your life is infused with purpose too. So again, that's why I like to carve out time for what matters most first. Because I don't know, I feel like when you wake up in the morning and you see your schedule is just nothing but all these to-dos and nothing about it is exciting or it's nothing that you're passionate about, it's a it's kind of hard to get motivated and do your best when that's the case. But when you know, okay, I've got this great day planned, time for people who matter, time for the things that matter to me, it's so much easier than when you do need to work on those to-dos to be like, okay, I only have an hour right now for this to-do list, so I'm going to work hard and just get done what I can. Okay, so that is how to craft your perfect evening routine. So we learned how to get every evening started on the right foot, how to find the energy to spend your evenings more intentionally with those 3 tricks you should try, how to end every day doing something you love, and how to plan a productive tomorrow in just 15 minutes.